Celebrity relationships often end in a fiery blaze of accusations and he said, she saids. Really, it would be a lot easier to count the number of stars that ended up happily ever after than to list the myriad of celebs whose marriages and romances fall apart in dramatic, headline-making ways. This isn't anything new, though. There's something about the combination of fame and fortune that makes cultivating and maintaining healthy relationships especially difficult. While it must be pretty painful and troubling for stars to go through these sticky situations, the public can't seem to get enough of witnessing the fallout of their failed romances. One actor currently dealing with courtroom drama and vicious litigation is Johnny Depp. The Pirates of the Caribbean star is currently in the process of suing his ex-wife, Amber Heard, on the grounds that she defamed him in a scathing op-ed piece that she wrote for the Washington Post in December of 2018. While Heard claims that Depp was a violent alcoholic abuser throughout their marriage, Depp claims that it was, in fact, Heard who was the sole abuser. He further alleges that her allegations constitute an elaborate hoax against him. In this day and age, the public tends to side with the alleged victim in such cases. As such, social media has blown up with almost universal condemnation of Depp, effectively giving him the cancel treatment. Throughout this whole dicey ordeal, Johnny Depp has maintained his innocence. Really, if what he claims is true, then what Amber Heard is doing is not only cruel and unusual, but also criminal. Join Trender as we take a look at a few transcripts of recordings that Johnny Depp has released in court that seem to prove that he is innocent. Depp defends his honor and reputation. On Wednesday, April 20th, 2022, Depp returned to the witness stand in a Fairfax, Virginia courtroom. The previous day, he delivered his first bit of testimony against his ex-wife, Amber Heard, whom he is suing for $50 million, citing defamation after she accused him of egregious domestic abuse. While being questioned by his attorney, Depp described to the jury in alarming detail how he and Amber would often end up in these long-winded, bitter verbal altercations. He claimed that Heard repeatedly accused him of being a bad dad while slapping him with what he called a rapid-fire, endless barrage of cutting insults. Depp told the court that suddenly he was wrong about everything, while Amber never admitted to being wrong about anything. Heard made him out to be the bad guy, while she was the innocent victim. At some point, Depp and Miss Heard both started recording their fights. After they disagreed about what was actually said, Depp accused Heard of what he described as performing for the tapes, while attempting to record him sneakily. To quote him, "There was something rotten in the state of Denmark." He's repeatedly denied abusing Heard. In court Wednesday, Depp reiterated emphatically that he has never physically abused his ex-wife, despite her claims. This has become a key point in the case against her. When testifying on Tuesday, April 19th, Depp claimed that he had never reached the point of physically striking Heard in any manner, nor has he ever struck any woman in his life. He repeated these words once again while testifying the following day. On both days of testimony, Depp detailed the early days of his romantic relationship with Miss Heard, his previous history of drug use, and events from his childhood. On Wednesday, he claimed that Heard would most often drink in excess while abusing drugs like magic mushrooms and MDMA. He touched on his personal efforts to enter rehab and turn his life around after abusing booze and various substances. But he alleged that whenever he asked Heard to quit her vices, she adamantly refused to do so. Hopefully, if you've made it this far, that means you've been enjoying the video. Give us a like and subscribe to the Trender channel to keep up with all of our latest and upcoming pop culture videos. Fighting over a Post-Nupt detail ended in inquiry. When Depp and Heard got married in 2015, the couple neglected to secure any kind of prenup. While testifying, Depp explained how his attempt to arrive at a postnuptial deal with Heard upset her greatly. This led to a slew of arguments in Australia, where Depp was shooting his latest Pirates of the Caribbean installment at the time. Depp says that Heard arrived in Australia sometime around March of 2015. According to him, she said something implying that she was upset that she wasn't even in his will. This statement struck him as being a rather odd thing to say. Depp then described how he proceeded to lock himself in a bathroom in order to get away from Heard. He has recounted this situation repeatedly throughout his testimony. Depp went on to explain that after locking himself in the bathroom, he went to the bar in the house where he was staying while filming the movie and poured himself a couple of shots of vodka. Apparently, when Amber found him, she threw the glass liquor bottle at him. Depp claims that it whizzed past his head and smashed into hundreds of pieces behind him. After that, he claims that he grabbed yet another bottle of vodka and poured another shot. He then sat down, at which point Heard grabbed the larger bottle of booze and threw it at him once again, this time striking him on his hand. After realizing that his finger was bloody and injured badly, with the tip of his finger being severed, exposing his bones, Depp explained that he had a nervous breakdown and started writing on the walls with his blood. At the time, Depp lied to the doctors at the local ER because he wasn't ready to disclose what had really happened. The injury forced a lengthy production delay while filming the fifth Pirates movie and made headlines in international newspapers and tabloids. Taped conversations tell all. On Wednesday, April 20th, the jury in the defamation trial heard a series of recordings of Depp and Heard talking about their fights. In these tapes, Heard admitted to hitting him. They also heard Depp discuss how she kicked the bathroom door against his head. The tapes, which evidently were recorded by Depp, marked the first time that the court had heard Amber Heard's voice. She's expected to testify in the case at a later time. In one of the clips, Amber is recorded saying that she didn't punch, but rather just hit Depp. It's unclear what the distinction is between these two violent acts, but Heard also said that she was sorry that she didn't strike Depp across the face in what she referred to as a proper slap. Depp is then heard saying, "Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched." Heard replied by saying that Depp had been in plenty of fights, and as such, he should know that he didn't get punched. "You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this," Heard said, and continued by saying, "But I didn't punch you, I didn't effing deck you, I effing was hitting you." After telling Depp that he was fine and wasn't hurt, she called him a, quote, effing baby. The recording continued as we heard Amber shouting that Depp was such a baby and that he needed to grow up. In the clip, Depp then said that it was physical, to which Heard confirmed that she had started a physical fight. Later in the testimony, the court heard yet another recording of Depp and Heard in which Amber referred to him as an effing piece of shit. After that, she proceeded to sling a number of profanity-ridden insults in his direction. Referring to Johnny's son Jack, Heard then sarcastically said that she hoped to God that Jack's stepfather teaches him how to be a man because, quote, "you're so good at it." In another recording, Depp is heard talking about how Heard kicked the bathroom door, hitting him in the head in the process. Heard replied by saying that she was on the drug Ambien at the time and that there was, quote, "a lot going on." In a later altercation, Depp claimed that Heard had thrown pots and pans at him. Heard later confirmed this in a recording while calling Depp a coward. In another bit of testimony, Depp described an incident in which he claims that Heard attacked him while he was in his office. The alleged fight allegedly involved Heard throwing what he called wild punches at the back and side of his head, anywhere she was able to land a blow. To defend himself, Depp claims that he put his hands up to protect his face before trying to get her into a bear hug to stop her from hitting him anymore. Heard had accused Depp of headbutting her in this incident, resulting in her nose getting broken. Depp, while not denying that he injured her, says that the blow to Amber was accidental contact. According to him, Heard presented a bloody tissue to him to prove that she had been injured, but when he took it out of the trash and inspected it, he realized that it wasn't covered in blood, but rather nail polish. What we've discussed in this video is but just a small sampling of the alleged violence that both Depp and Heard claim transpired while they were married. As testimony continues, we'll likely learn many more details of their torridly tumultuous relationship. How do you think the court is going to rule in this high-profile celebrity defamation case? Do you think that Johnny Depp really is as innocent as he claims? Or do you think that he too played an abusive role in his relationship with Amber Heard? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. But before you go, take a moment to show us a little support by giving this video a like and by subscribing to the Trender channel if you haven't already. While you're at it, tap the bell to let the algorithms know what's up. As always, thanks for watching. We'll continue to bring you fresh new content covering this developing story and others like it in upcoming videos.